Buddy podcast, baby. I'm a buddy. He's a dude.
I'm a dude and he's a buddy.
Danny boy.
Hey, Jared.
Big guest
And
today.
we do have a big old guest, a big old friend, a good old buddy of the pod and our friendship and our life. And he's here with us today. It's Durena, everybody.
How are we doing, guys? We're good?
Oh, we're doing good. We even brought the sirens out for you.
There it is.
Dude, it's because I'm black.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
Welcome
Right.
back.
Wait till the door gets kicked in.
Yeah.
Then you'll realize how black you really are.
Hey, man. Thanks for coming back for
Yeah,
the second
thank you.
time.
It's the second time, yeah, of course, did you guys let the fans know what happened?
We'll tell him right now. We invited our good buddy over here, Jay, for a podcast earlier, and it was one day where we got really.
We were hammered
might have
the
been
night
48 days ago, actually, if you look at the no
Yeah.
booze freeze incidents. We got super drunk, completely sloshed, woke up at 2, and our podcast was scheduled for 3.
Yeah.
Brains were scrambled. We got it all together, and we did a beautiful, nice podcast, all things considering, but didn't press record.
Did not
Yeah.
press record. You were kind enough to come back and give us a second shot.
Yeah.
There we go. We're doing it again. It's recording now.
It
See
is.
the light.
Yeah. it was-
Everybody can see the light.
Yeah. Made sure to look at it like a Diamond District viewer.
Yeah.
I'm just staring at it.
Diamond
problem-
District viewer. What's that?
Yeah, my brain was going a little too fast for my mouth, but I meant to say like a Diamond District examiner.
Oh,
Like a guy
you're
who looks
looking-
at the diamonds.
Like a jeweler.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
yeah, like a jeweler, capital GEW.
Yeah, there we go. Now
Good
we're
to have
on.
a third mind in the house.
Yeah.
Because I would have sat here with Danny for the next 15 minutes being like, what is that
Well,
examiner?
sometimes
Yeah.
I like to we caught it today where I'll just think of the conversation in my head and then I start mid combo. I went to him and I go, yeah, I just don't even know what day it is.
No, he always
Yeah.
has non sequiturs. Like, we were sitting there right before you got here, and he goes, "When does it come out?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Gladiator 2." I'm like, "How the fuck am I supposed to know, man? You have to help a little bit,
Yeah.
right?" And he'll like walk out of his room and go, "It is funny though." I'm like, "Well, what's funny?" And he's like, "Well, fucking what that guy said in the green room 4 days ago." I'm like, "All right,
Yeah.
start there,
Yeah.
then tell me it's funny."
Well, that's
Too
just
much
how
work on my end.
just how my brain works. Sometimes I think like people are like
They're
you know,
in there
they're
with
combo.
you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'll do where like we'll be talking about something like whatever you're talking about, like jewelers, and I'll be like, oh man, 9/11, and then I'll start and then I'll work back to, and yeah, there was a jeweler who died in 9/11. And like I'll work, and they'll be like, what the fuck? And I'll be like, don't worry, we're gonna get there. But I got it going.
You
and
got the
done.
detective's board up your pin.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I know this fun fact I'm about to tell you, and we're gonna go all the way through this, and it ends at jeweler. Yeah.
Is the payoff usually decent? Are people like,
Sometimes.
whoa, nice. Or are they like, what the fuck was that?
I think when I go back, multiple times people have been like, I didn't know how you were gonna get back,
Yeah.
where that started, and I was like, yeah, don't worry, it was fucking. Sometimes I forget. I was like, why did I start talking
Sure.
about that?
And at that point, you've hijacked the conversation and it's
Yeah.
dead.
The best though is
Just
when
kill a conversation. Anyways, I gotta get out of here.
yeah, when you do that and then you think it's gonna be sick, but then you're like, information, and then they just
Yeah.
look at you and go, very cool, and then they go back to their convo.
No, I would say bombing a conversation is arguably worse than bombing on stage.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
when
Yeah.
you're just
yeah.
in, because it's so intimate. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 or 4 people, and you're like like you said in your mind, you're like, here it comes, here it comes, here it
Yeah.
comes. And you hit them with it, and 2 out of 3 people are like, sorry, and then the
Yeah.
other one's like, not for me.
It's like when
And then
you're-
somebody leaves. And
Yeah.
you're like, woof.
When you ultimately tank the riff outside,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
the circle's open, you're like, oh, sick, yeah. And then you come in, you just say something, immediately everyone looks at you and goes, oh, all right. And then they
True.
go back into their riffs, and you're like,
And what sucks about tanking a conversation is when you tank it, then someone else takes the reins and is now talking, and you just kind of have to
lost
sit,
it.
and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I suck." When you're bombing on stage when a joke bombs, you immediately get to be like, "No, I get to keep talking."
Yeah.
You still have to listen.
You
to me.
still have the mic, and you
Yeah.
can blame it on that was a new thing that happened. Whereas when
Yeah.
you bomb a conversation, like that's who I am.
you
Yeah,
can't be like,
that's me.
"Oh, that was a new story, guys." Sorry,
Yeah.
try that one.
That was really out of character for me to even try that. Like, nope, you just ate shit on a
and then
sidewalk.
you just feel the person like metaphorically take that speaking stick right out of your hand and go,
Yeah.
no, it's okay.
It's so funny though. What you said, they have to having to stand there and then watch the next guy.
Yeah, totally.
And now he's killing, right? He's looking
Yeah.
at you every now and then.
In your head, you're just, motherfucker, I got
Dude,
something
yeah.
interesting about what I did on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There's that funny tweet that's like me pulling you aside after your third joke bombs. It's like, you're almost out of this friend group.
Dude, it's not that far off.
Yeah, dude.
Not
yeah,
that
yeah.
far off, or at least put on a timeout. I love
Yeah.
so this is what I like about being in New York doing comedy now is what I thought we lost a little bit in Toronto. Shay's also from Toronto, for those of you that don't know, doing comedy.
Yeah.
Well, originally a BC boy.
Originally
Yeah.
BC, but comedian Toronto.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
to say?
Comedically, yeah.
But what, and I think we kind of used to have this hanging out in the alley at the corner and whatever, is ball busting, which kind of went away.
Yeah.
You know, where there's like a newer guy in the group or a younger comic or something, you just have to eat shit.
Yeah.
And people just tee off on you, and it's
Yeah.
a good fucking time. And it's out of love. It's like it's
a little
comedy.
hazing. Welcome
Yeah.
to the club ritual.
Yeah.
Hey, man, welcome.
And I feel like
Yeah.
it's still alive here a bit in New York.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
outside
absolutely.
the barbershop, on the sidewalk or whatever. People
Yeah.
will still do that. And I thought, I didn't feel that as much in Toronto anymore. People get very sensitive.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's kind of getting washed out, though. There was a lot of casuals in Toronto. There was a lot of people who didn't really do stand up, but they did a show like once a month
and
or
they
once
hung around the scene, and then
Yeah.
they did their one thing, and they're like, I'm a comedian too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had big opinions about comedy,
Yeah.
even though they had like, it's like, oh yeah, no, comedy needs to be like this. It's like, have you even middled? Like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about, dude? Yeah.
That was a plague
Yeah.
in Toronto comedy.
So I think those people, because they're not about that life, they drew
Sensitive skins,
Yeah.
and they just get busted.
Exactly. They ruin the fun for the rest of
Well,
us.
it's interesting because you have to have a thick skin to be a comedian, but inherently we all have some sort of a thin skin. Like,
Well,
we're
at
all-
the end of the day, we're all
set-
sensitive souls.
and
you know
who
what I
are
mean?
seeking approval to,
Yeah,
to a
100%.
degree, right? So it's like you have to be tough, but at the same time, deep inside, you're this fractured being. And I don't know, we're all just putting up walls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We are.
or whatever, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, I get
Maybe
it.
you are. I'm not. I'm fine, dude.
Well, on that shit, should we check
check
in with
in.
you, Jared?
Let's do a mental health check-in. Let's see. So we have our...
You know the
Dave-
rules from the first one. We do our little check-in here, make
Yes.
sure how we're doing, see how our week is going, and then we go
Well,
forward.
Jay's been
Yeah.
very clear that he doesn't remember a fucking thing that happened.
Yeah.
Which
No, I
which-
don't. I gotta be honest. Yeah, I don't remember.
I love
but
it.
I know.
You,
I remember.
You, you literally walked in the door and you go, all right, so what are we going to talk about? I have no fucking clue what we did
Yeah.
last time.
I like too that you
man.
walked in and said, sorry, I'm late. And we're like, sorry that you had to come back.
Yeah.
So
But
don't
that's
even
the
worry.
Canadian.
Dude, yeah,
That's the
No,
Canadian.
on my way here, I was like, they kind of owe me. They
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah,
owe me.
Dude, I bet you stopped and sat and had a bodega, or I had a
Just
sandwich
ate
at
a
the bodega
sandwich.
down the
Yeah,
street.
quick coffee and a cigarette. You don't even smoke.
Because he goes, yeah, he said he's running 20 minutes behind. Then after a half hour, 10 minutes away, I'm like, he's fucking with us.
Yeah,
He's
dude,
taking
no.
the power back. And I respect it. Dude, I respect
I
it.
was, because time wise, I was like, oh yeah, it's about that, and then the train was longer than it should have
Where are
been.
you coming from again?
From the East Village. It's
East
not
Village.
not too bad. It's like maybe 30 minutes. Yeah.
30 minutes, so no excuse. Okay, I gotta check in. So we got our counter up there. The days with booze-free activity, kind of like you know the zero. How many days without an accident at a workplace?
Yes.
You see, Danny's at 48 days. I
Yeah.
had about 3 on there, knocked it right back to a big goose egg today.
Yeah.
That's a 0 because, well, what happened? You were supposed to come hang out.
Yeah.
I went out. I was hanging out, and it was fucking Ryan Long. When I run into Ryan, and Ryan's having a night where he wants to drink, I'm like, all right, let's do it. Because it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Ryan's on the road most of the year.
Yep.
Right? I'll see him like 2-3 times like a year. It feels where we can actually hang out and have some drinks. So that got me. But really, I say that. But I just saw Ryan's like, hey, you want to go grab a beer? I'm like, twist my arm. And next thing you know, I'm looking at the menu. Right?
Yeah, I came back. When I sit down, I just see him like with his little drunk smile, fuck 7 high noons right on the table. He
No,
goes,
no.
Yeah,
Nobody-
no, it
that
was a
was
collective one.
else's, yeah.
It was a collective 7 high noons. He goes, you know, Danny, I had a little 1 or 2.
What are we gonna do?
And then I
What are we
just
doing?
watch him go get 6 more throughout the whole day. I'm like, you know.
Not good. But
7 high noons.
But I had a good time, and what I did that I don't often do, Jay, then this is where
Yeah.
the problem lies, is that when it was done, when we left the place, I got pizza with these guys, I had a little snack, and I went to bed.
Yeah, you didn't
Too
go
often
downstairs.
I'm the guy that comes down here, I get back 4 king cans from the bodega, and I just keep getting drunk.
Oh,
That's
really?
why I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this thing where I need to really try to get better with drinking, is because
Yeah.
I don't have the off button that other people have. Last night
Yeah,
I found
yeah.
it, and that was a nice thing for me.
Yeah,
That's
we'll,
a small
we'll
victory.
turn the corner. He'll be like, I don't know, a bag of chip, man. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can get some
You
chips.
thought
And then
I
he
was
goes,
going in there for
and then
a
he goes
King Can,
straight
didn't
to
you?
the king cans.
Yeah.
He goes, might as well,
But I
keep
did
it
it.
going for a little bit.
I did it though. I was good. And so on that, I'm gonna say right now today, I actually got a good sleep because I knew that Jay was coming. I knew I couldn't fuck that up today. So I got a good sleep. I'm going to the gym when we're done here. My favorite time to go to the gym, 4:30 on a Friday. Should be nice.
Nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet.
You'll be able to
people in a 3,600 square foot room.
Oh, yeah. You'll be
throwing
able
around weights.
You'll be able to get your benches no problem.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Just standing there with 2 dumbbells looking around. I guess just right here in a walkway is where I'll do some
the
curls.
dumbbells aren't the weight. It's the 2 people on the bench texting.
Yeah.
You got the guys skipping rope. It's like you're in a fucking you're in a Mario game.
Oh, yeah,
You're
dude.
trying to fucking dodge.
Battle mini game every time you're going to the mats.
And then you want to get on the squat rack. How many
squats today?
How many sets got left? He goes, oh no, I got 3. Oh, it's fine. Yeah.
There's a line.
Yeah, dude.
Like, dude, you're not touching a squat rack. You're not touching a bench.
No.
You're gonna grab a couple dumbbells. You can go fuck around in the corner. Whatever.
My favorite is when someone goes, "Oh, you're like, how many you got?" And the guy goes, "Oh, I just got like 2 more." And you go, "Okay, cool. Take your time. I'll just wait here." And then I just stare at him the whole
We
time.
had a guy yesterday that did the thing where he's like, "Oh, just one more," and they stood on his phone for 10 minutes. We're like, oh. I'm very much. I don't mind judging people on that because Danny and I both are very good at. We will either say we got 1 left and then we'll bang it out, or if we have any amount left, I'll always say, "Do you want to work in?"
Yeah.
And if they say no, they don't want to work in. Now you're not in a rush.
Yes.
You've offered it. Now you can take your time. You can be on, do whatever. But if you've offered the work in, you're good.
That's it, dude. Because I do, lots of times I'll do the 5-5 where you do like 5 sets, 5 reps, 5-minute rest. It's a good strength training thing. So I will often be like working, and sometimes I'll be like, it's fine. I'll be like, dude, I'm taking 5-minute rest. Like there's time to change the weight out and do all the shit. And then usually they're like, yeah, you know what? I will get in. And they get their shit banged out sometimes before I finish.
Right.
And then I'm like, there we go. And now I earned my extra time on that as well.
More
I
about,
like banging
I want to ask you
people's
more
shit
about
out.
that word. What's that?
Just the way he said, he's like, and then they bang their shit out, and then I was like, yeah, man, bang
turn them
that
inside
shit out.
But no, okay. I'm gonna say I'm a 6'5", and
6'5"?
I think I can get myself up to a 7 at the gym this evening, and then I'm gonna go out and do a show this Friday night. I'm gonna go hang out, do some comedy. I want to watch. Tonight is the night, but by the time this airs, this will be well done. Is Jake Paul, Mike Tyson?
Oh, yeah.
I want to get eyes on that. It's a gimmick fight, but I want to get eyes on
Probably
it.
watch it at the stand. There's a nice party going on there today.
I might head over there.
Yeah,
I might
they
head over
invited
there.
me yesterday at the second.
And then
city.
I don't even have to erase the 0 tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, dude, you know
could
what?
just-
Man, just start fresh next week.
Stay at a 0. The
Yeah.
0 days booze free activity.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm tired of walking up to that board.
And like, yeah.
Crossing it off.
Yeah, dude.
So
Yeah, it's
just
like every-
maintain the 0.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
you have to
Yeah.
maintain it, and then you can just
a
watch me rack
strike
up
through it.
numbers.
Yeah.
Rack up numbers, buddy.
Yeah.
That's what I love about like now when it's like when you're on like a no drinking streak or whatever, just because it's like I'm a little bit OCD and like gamer-esque, where it's like I want to see like
Trophy, you're collecting
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, the
yeah.
ding,
I'm like
ding, ding, ding,
beating
ding,
it, getting
yeah.
all the achievements and shit like that.
Yeah.
Now I have my old previous streak that I want to beat.
Well,
I
that's
love
what I think is like titillating about like being sober is if you're at like 10 years sober and you're like, oh, I can't.
You
fuck
can't,
it.
can't break the
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, what, I'm going to start again, dude?
Yeah.
No way.
Even for me, once I hit like 3-4 weeks, I started getting excited because I keep it in the app as well, and I
Yeah.
love looking at it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing.
Yeah,
so I gotta
got
get
this-
that going.
I got the sober app, and then it tells that then it's like adds like a community, and then you have like people talking and stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and sometimes it's so funny. The guy goes, bought a bottle of liquor today, 2 years in, just stared at it, put it on a shelf. Don't know if I'm gonna drink it again. And then you see the other ones. Stay strong, brother. Go on. No, put that thing. You should give it away to somebody. Smash it. Pour it all down.
Yeah.
But I
Maybe
just
get
love
rid
it
of
where
it,
you
open
see
it up.
some guy where you're like, holy fuck, because it's a communal app worldwide.
He's
There's just a guy
dark.
staring at a
Oh,
bottle
yeah.
of Jim Beam being like, oh, fucking, you won't get the best of me tonight. Just drunk as fuck. But then you got to wonder, like, what did he do to get there?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Something happened that day. That
Yeah.
wasn't just a regular
I
ass
wish that
day.
comment thread was as toxic as Kill Tony.
Yeah, kill
yourself.
Drinking
Yeah.
pussy, drinking pussy. This guy's an industry plant. He didn't really buy a bottle of Jim
It'll still be there tomorrow when you wake up.
Industry
If you don't drink
plant.
it.
Yeah.
Danny, why don't you check in?
I'm gonna check in, dude. I don't know, man. I'm greasy, bro. I'd probably say like 7'6".
Holy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
I'm like idling at a good time.
That's
had a
good.
nice thing. Yesterday
High
was
frequency.
fun. Feeling good. Shows were fun yesterday. Shows are gonna be good. We take back to Austin, and I don't know, man. Life's pretty.
Fuck yeah. Love
Yeah.
to hear it.
Yeah, man.
Nice and easy, Shay.
I would say I'm like a 7 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 7. I'm been a little stressed the last few days. You know, you just have like a pit of stress in your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other day in my head, like
Ate
just,
rice too fast.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. I got the old rice stress. Classic.
Boy's got rice chest.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, you never ate the rice too fast,
sure.
and then it just
Yeah.
sits there and you're like, oh, and you're trying to like open your chest cavity a little bit.
Dude, I usually just try to bomb water on top of it and then just fucking.
That would help.
Yeah.
Not Danny.
No,
No, daddy.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I got myself into this. I got to get myself out of it.
Stretch.
I did it with that water.
And you're not choking either. It's like it's past the the air tube. It's
Yeah.
just it just goes
Sitting
in
there.
One time I ate hot, fresh, like real macaroni and cheese with the hot melted cheese.
Yeah.
I got caught right there.
Yeah.
God, it was one of the worst fucking pains.
Burning
I've
your
ever-
esophagus.
It's a slow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Wait,
And then someone
okay.
tried to hand me water. I went, no.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, I've just been I don't know what it is. There's maybe just spinning too many plates at the same time, but yeah, just been stressed. And it's been like kind of coming and going. Different things have been triggering it, but it's like today's been the best day in a while. Not in a while, probably about 4 days.
Well, let's beat
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out. What's going on?
Oh, what's
Yeah.
going on?
I think there was this
Let
stuff.
us be your buddies, dude.
There
Just
was
sit back, be a dude.
Yeah,
There was-
we'll be your buddies.
we have to. I'm pitching a show soon, and then we like kind of gutted it. And we got to rework it. I'm shooting my special soon, and I'm just stressing about that.
Yeah.
And then fuck, what else has been? I had took out a bunch of money out of my savings to pay off my credit cards, and I was like, "Is this the right thing to do?" Blah blah. And I know it's the right thing to do, but it's also a stressful thing to do. And then I got to pay for the special, which is going to be taking more money out of my savings. And then I just like, am I going to get back there? I have more money in savings than I've ever had in my whole life, and more than I ever thought I would.
Yeah.
But now that I'm like, oh, it was always going like this, and now that it's going backwards, I'm like, fuck, dude.
Sometimes you got to go down to get
Dude,
up.
Yeah.
that's what I first of all, let me tell you something. That's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Between a show and a special, that's enough right there to stress somebody out. The money thing, and this is easy to tell other people, but I always think money is the one thing, especially a guy in your position who's fucking killing it, and it's just have more and more good things coming. Don't let money be the thing that's stress. Money's the one thing that'll keep coming.
Yeah.
Money's the one thing that you can't take with. It's like just. Don't let money be the thing that drags you down.
And
I say that
never-
as a guy who is holding on for dear life.
You're looking at two guys with the largest hemorrhage we've ever had. and
Keeping it
you-
together with gum.
And you know the craziest
Streets
thing
are
is,
bleeding, dude.
I never worried about it before. Never. When I was broke, I was like,
But the
who cares?
psychology of it's what you just said. It's watching it go up for the first time in your life. You're
Yeah.
watching it go up, and you're becoming. It's the mentality of a rich person.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of them they pinch their pennies because you don't want to ever see it go
Go
down.
down.
There's this
Right.
little like meditation thing where you can go like this, and then I guess that's supposed to bring like money towards you or like
Yeah.
cleanse out things.
The listener will never get rich on that. one.
Yeah.
Like this. You take your hand and you do knuckle by the index, knuckle by the pinky, just a little turn.
So, but I saved more money than I ever had.
Yeah.
And I put it into investments.
Yeah.
Did well and everything. And then like
And I
this year was the
switched-
first time I've had it just twice now. Just take money out just to survive
Right,
in New York
yeah,
City.
yeah.
And I'm slowly starting to make a little bit of, hopefully in the next couple of years, whatever, I know I'm going to get that back. I try so hard not to stress. It's so hard not to. But watching, same thing. Watching money
yeah.
go down. For a while, I felt so good because I just had it.
Yeah,
I just had
you're
this
like-
pocket of fucking cash.
You're like,
where
I'm great. I'm golden. Yeah,
And
yeah,
now I
yeah.
can see it. I can see the end.
Yeah.
can
Well,
see it.
and the thing is, like, I'm still like, it's everything's.
Standing here, yeah. Oh, he looks at me and he says that.
It's the end. You're gonna find me fucking in the bathroom.
You
Dude.
strategically didn't. We have till June, and this guy just you fucked us.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. And the thing is, everything's going good. Everything that I outside, it's just like stupid little psychological things of like, I got to get this done. I got to get this
Right.
done. I got to get this done.
Where are
And
you
just-
filming your special?
In Toronto.
Oh, God
Oh,
bless
fuck
you.
yeah. Going home for it. Where are you
Gonna-
doing it?
At Comedy Bar Danforth.
Okay.
Beautiful. I was just there for Rob Bebenick.
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
his taping there. I think a few people have.
Yeah.
You can really do something with that room.
Yeah.
It's actually a really nice room.
Yeah.
It's laid out perfectly. Are you doing like your own backdrop? Like are you doing like
We're gonna do something really simple. Just
Yep.
some lights, plain black
it about the
background.
comedy, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. We were trying to get.
nautical themed? You got fucking lobster.
Yeah. like
It
a
doesn't
shitty
all
Target,
connect
like
to the comedy
yeah.
whatsoever.
just looks like a Target shower curtain on the back there. A couple sea turtles just rolling around.
Yeah, dude, like SpongeBob's house and shit. All these
That's
little,
cool.
little
Yeah, yeah.
props.
Is it your first hour as a special like that?
Yeah. I put out an album like 2019. So yeah, so this is the first time doing a special like this.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great, dude.
Yeah, it should be
Fun.
good.
And why did you choose Toronto?
Well, it's one place I haven't been yet, and so I was confident that we were going to sell a ton of tickets there. And so I knew if I wanted 4 shots at it because I was on the road with Bert, and he was like, "You got to do at least 4." Because he was
Kreischer?
like, yeah,
Yeah, that tracks.
yeah.
No, I get the logic though. Is it Friday, Saturday?
Yeah,
2?
two, two.
Dude, the freedom you
Yeah.
have with 4 is awesome.
Well, because he was like, the first 2, they're just figuring out where you're going to be. And then on the second 2, they're getting stuff like if you do a specific act out, they're zooming in.
Sure.
If you like move this way, they follow you. If you look this way, they catch you looking into the camera.
Yeah.
Like all those specific things that in the edit are going to make it look more like a piece. That's what you're going to get out of that.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
dude, I honestly
You gonna wear
can
the same
actually-
clothes all 4 shows?
What's that?
All 4 shows, same clothes, so you can cut it in.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
entirely
yeah.
different shirts and
Yeah.
pants. Just 4 shows, just spliced together like a bad fucking quilt.
yeah.
Why's he got a pirate hat on now? What the fuck was that? That makes no sense.
No, but that the freedom you have because you can too in a moment on one of those shows do something that's not as stiff, like to be not stiff, but like you can like just you have fun for a second. You
Yeah.
have 3 others.
Yeah.
Often it's
Yeah.
2, right? So it's like you gotta nail 2.
Yeah.
4 you can fuck around.
Exactly.
You can write your fucking special.
And that's the thing. It gives me some liberty to be like, if we nail it in the first 2, I can start fucking riffing a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
And the plan is on the late guys. So like we pitched the hour to a few streamers, like probably almost a year ago. And in that time, the hour is probably about 50% different than it was before. There's like the back half I took off a bunch. There's all these new act outs and shit in it. Like it's way more of a cohesive piece. So I have like, I don't know, 20 to 30 that got cut. But I still want to get that stuff done.
Yeah.
So on the late shows, I'm going to be like, after we're like, okay, we're done, I'm going to come back up and be like, pretend it's an encore. And then I'm going to record those bits.
Another 20? Like,
Yeah. And then,
Oh, so you got a little A-side, B-side kind of
yeah,
thing.
I was thinking about you put out the special, and then like 6 months later, you put out like DLC.
Yeah.
That's
you go-
dope.
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool, man. I like that you're doing it in Toronto.
Yeah. It's
I gotta
like,
get back to the people there.
exactly.
And they are good crowds out there.
They're great crowds. There's like a few places where I'm like, next round, like, where would I go? Like Tempe, Arizona is fucking great.
Yeah.
What's it called? Spokane, Washington.
Spokane.
Dude,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just in Spokane.
Sheboygan.
Dude, it is a shithole, and they know it's a shithole, but you get the grimiest people that come out.
Fuck
The
yeah.
crowd work's always incredible because it's a bunch of people that are like, one lady was like, yeah, I broke into a house and I went to prison. And I was like, oh, how'd they catch you? And she was like, the pizza box. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, after I broke in, I ordered a pizza there.
That's World's Dumbest Criminals.
Yeah,
See
so
that exact
stupid.
fucking scenario on that TV show where a pizza got somebody fucking convicted.
Yeah, they found her
Awesome.
name on the pizza box.
Sure.
And she was like, ah, fuck.
Why would she
yeah.
even leave the pizza box there?
Because she's
yeah,
that's
dumb. Yeah,
Third
yeah.
problem here.
Also, after you eat a whole pizza, you're like, you got grain brain, and you're
Yeah,
like, ah,
grain
dude.
brain.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
rice chest and grain brain. You're just
You got a grain brain and a marinara
oh,
stain.
insane in the grain brain. Just gonna leave this pizza box right here.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, that's cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I only really hear Spokane, Washington about when like WWE's rolling through town. And
Yeah,
watching
that's
it.
how I
Yeah.
heard of so many towns growing
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Little Rock, Arkansas. The Rock has returned to Little Rock. Yeah, that's true. And you know what? I went and did Stamford for the first time.
Yeah.
The New York Comedy Club there. And then I went by the WWE buildings.
Yeah.
Right by the club.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, right. Ever since I was a kid, the only reason I ever knew Stamford, Connecticut was
Yeah.
WWE headquarters.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I learned
that's
cool.
everything
You can see the
I
big
know
fucking-
from Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. I haven't watched that doc yet.
It's
I gotta
great.
watch
You
it.
got to.
I heard it's incredible.
so good.
And were you a wrestling fan?
No, I'm.
You don't have to be.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just interesting.
but I know like
Big McMahon fan,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, I like McMahon
Yeah.
a lot, dude. He's one of the greatest villains of all time,
Yeah.
on and off screen. True. Yeah,
And there's
true
not
villain.
really much of a difference.
No.
He blurred the lines to a degree like that any entertainer. It was so fucking on point that even as a kid watching it, you knew this is a bad guy in real
Yeah,
life. Like,
yeah.
you knew it. He's
Yeah,
not
dude.
just purely acting. He's
Comical
drawing from
villain though, and then you're like, and then
Yeah.
you learn as you grow older. You're like, oh no, he's general piece of shit.
Yeah.
drawing from a deep well.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
at the bottom of that well is a whole bunch of blonde 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Feeds and fucks whenever he wants.
I just picture it's like The Grudge where you look down the well, but then it's just McMahon's face coming out of the water, like, this, like an alligator's nose, and he goes, ah. You know?
Isn't that too like it? Like the sewer
Oh yeah, in
shot?
the little sewer down there. What's that guy's
Got a
name?
contract for you down here.
Oh,
Tim
Pennywise.
Curry?
Oh,
No, the actor.
Curry played
Yeah,
original It?
the dude who was fucking what's
In
it
Home
called?
Alone, Tim Curry, like that one.
No, is it Home Alone that he's in?
Wait, am I thinking of the wrong?
I'm thinking of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Right, but is Tim Curry not the guy that works at the hotel in New
Oh
York?
yes,
in
yeah,
Boston,
yeah,
New York?
yeah.
And he smiles and it transitions into the Grinch face.
Yeah,
Beautiful
yeah.
transition ever.
Dude, yeah, because he has that very creepy smile. Yeah, he's
I
it.
walked- Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in those sewers. Hey, hiya, Georgie.
Georgie, want to play?
Yeah.
That's line's blurred. That guy doesn't even need the makeup. That's creepy. He's creepy as fuck.
Oh, super creepy,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
My favorite pictures are when you see like the actors when they're still in costume and then they're just smoking their cigarettes, chilling and shit.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
saw the one where he's just sitting there just smoking a cigarette,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
chilling, or
Like the classic like birthday clown or something.
Yeah,
Most
yeah, yeah.
miserable fucking guy sitting on a fucking at the edge of the fun house in the backyard.
Oh, unless you were John Wayne Gacy, then that was your happy place.
Dude. Oh, yo, did you guys watch that documentary that came
the
out?
new one.
On Gacy?
No, it's not on Gacy, but he's involved in it.
No.
There's
What is it? Because I love this shit.
It's-
don't think
I
I've
It's
seen
on
think it's-
Netflix though, yeah?
no, it's on YouTube. This guy spent like 2 years putting all this shit together. I think it's called Serial Killing for Fun and Money.
Let me look it up while you talk.
It's this guy, Flesh Simulator is his name.
Flesh Simulator.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
one of those in my closet.
Hey,
Shane gives those away at every show.
yeah, dude. You want a Flesh
I
Simulator?
can't wait till you have your own fucking butthole that people
Dude,
can
I
fuck.
would totally sell a butthole,
Fuck
dude.
yeah, that'd be
Fuck it.
awesome.
You
What is
call
it
it
called?
chocolate
What'd you say?
starfish.
I think it's called
wanna look it up.
Serial Killing for Fun and Money. But it's so good. It's about John Wayne Gacy ties in because it's about these dudes that were killing a bunch of kids but making snuff films out of them and selling them. And what this guy does through his research is
That's what Gacy did too?
no, they think
Oh.
well they
Oh, I
think
know what Gacy
Gacy
did.
Gacy was involved, but of all the people he goes through like I think it's 8 different dudes who are like tied into this like basically child murder snuff film ring.
Okay, was it all in Chicago?
It was in Dallas, Chicago, fucking where was I think there was some in LA. It was like all these different I think Louisiana's one
You're
of
getting Jared going.
Yeah,
Side
dude.
note, that didn't lead me to any doc at all, and I've just punched something insane into my Google now. Serial
Just
killing
let-
for fun and money.
Now
Yeah,
I'll
his,
find
his
it.
phone shows us.
No. Now that it's
Knock on the
dude, like,
door?
this shit is my I love a big true crime,
Dude,
I love
it's
this
so
shit. I love
good.
serial killer stuff.
Gacy's probably the most like likable person in
Out
the
of all
whole
of
thing.
them.
Yeah,
Well,
the
yeah.
people are so
That's
fucking
why I got away with it
horrific.
for so long.
But he thinks Gacy was actually more of a patsy. Like they think he.
You don't think he was?
What the way he put it in this is he thinks that Gacy was like kind of gay and exploring gay stuff and doing weird shit and then accidentally killed one guy and then needed help getting rid of the body and then this guy had blackmail on him and started being like, hey, you got to kill these people.
But I think there's several instances where Gacy was caught, like
Oh,
putting the
he's-
handcuffs on the kid. and
No,
trying to-
he's saying Gacy wasn't innocent because that's the shit they want. That's the footage they want. They said they was torturing these kids for the footage. He's saying Gacy's not innocent at all.
Okay.
I think the way he puts it is Gacy is Kentucky frying in hell right now. But
okay,
but he
Full of original spices.
that's right.
but he was like he was into it, but there was people above him who were making him do that
Okay.
shit. Because if you look at some of the murders, he was dragging like 150-pound bodies into his crawl space and
Yes.
digging
Like
graves.
32 in there or something. By
And
the
it's
end?
like doing that by yourself,
Yeah.
pretty fucking crazy. And it's confirmed that a few of the murders happened when he was out of town. So there was for sure someone else doing this
had a
shit
little
with
syndicate.
him. Yeah.
I don't have a problem believing that somebody else could have been involved. But is this a conspiracy realm or is
There's
it
no
a little
there,
deeper than that?
A lot of these people are these are confirmed criminal cases that got like people went to jail or they got killed or they all and then there's things that tie them together and then when the police found shit like they found these gigantic fucking crates full of child murder videos.
Yeah.
They found a contact list as well that apparently had a bunch of fucking crazy, like, rich and famous people.
The
And then
Epstein list.
they burnt this contact list. They got rid
Really?
of it. Yeah, it's fucking. Ooh, it's good. Yeah,
That's
dude.
juicy. That's juicy.
Dude, shout out to Flesh Simulator. That video.
Yeah, shout out
Flesh
if you're
Simulator.
looking for a nice couple buttholes,
Yeah.
dude, buddy.
What
the dude buttholes?
So then, do they like go into the deep dive and wonder like what the fuck, what is driving these people to do this stuff, or
So-
it's just they're looking at it like here's the smoke and guns and all
The driving, like, you can dig forever to figure, like, what's the motivation. You don't need it. They're horrible, disgusting.
They're just
really-
sickos.
Yeah.
Well, they're psychopaths.
Yeah.
You know what's a good? If
Did
you
they
ever,
fuck the kids?
The way he put it
Johnny
was
Gacy
like,
did. That was his whole thing.
You
was-
fuck them and kill them and film it.
yes, yeah. And the way he puts it, it's like he's like, I want to be very clear about these people. None of them are gay men. He's like, they don't even see
No, it's
these
power.
people.
Power.
Yeah. He's like, they don't even see them as humans. He's like,
Yeah.
in one thing, they're like, hey, can we get like a 12-year-old stiff in the video? He's like, they don't even refer to it to refer to the person.
Stiff is a 12-year-old dead body.
Yeah, and they don't
yeah.
refer to the gender. They don't care. They're just like
and
they
in
just.
fact, a lot of these guys, a lot of these men that end up serial killers and stuff, were physically and psychologically abused by their mothers.
Yeah.
Not by men.
Yeah.
Which is often, that's usually associated with a lot of that stuff. But
I'd never be a serial killer.
well, no, your mother nurtured you with her big plump breasts.
Hey now. Hey now.
Mother's milk. Is it
Mother's
coming
milk.
back to what we talked
Mother's
about
milk?
last time? Mother's milk. And how Danny wasn't allowed to have sleepovers because Papa might know.
Papa might know.
Didn't
Right.
want people to know what was going on.
He didn't want to know how. He
and
didn't
he
want.
said it normally. We're like, what the fuck?
He didn't want to know let other kids to know how we operate as a family.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Which
Anyways,
is fine.
that was
I think
cool.
that's healthy behavior.
Yeah.
I'm very much of we need to turn back into it's no one's fucking business. Everyone's like you go back to one of Chappelle's bits and he talks about how he's like, you ask a guy how he voted and he's like, whoa, why ask me all these personal questions? So it's fucking my wife in the ass. Like that's
Yeah.
used to fucking keep that shit to yourself.
Sure.
Let's go back and keep it to your fucking self.
like
I
it.
don't need to know what you like or don't like or anything. Let's talk about football.
Hey,
Yeah.
buddy. That's the Mennonite community.
This is
Where
how I
grew up.
operate.
They don't
That's
call
how
the
you
cops.
operate.
Yeah.
They deal with everything internally.
There you go.
And then a lot of their kids have hearing aids at the age of 3, weirdly enough.
Why? What's that?
Because there's a lot of inbreeding happening.
Oh, okay.
What,
But
with
there's
police
no
officers?
No.
Or you say Mennonites?
Mennonites, because they
Oh.
police themselves. They're very much, it's none of your fucking business community.
Yeah.
And you can see that there's some problems in those none of your
Yeah.
business.
Do you
community.
remember Metabots?
Sure.
Metabots?
Yeah, Mennonite was a rare coin Metabot.
What?
Metabots, more Metabots, more power, and then they had the chips, and then
Oh,
they would
yeah,
battle them,
yeah.
and
And
the
they would
referee
fight.
would
Yeah,
come
yeah.
over, Metabot battle!
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the
The
one,
cartoon?
Yeah, dude, it was one of the awesome, like the best cartoons I
Yeah.
felt like growing up.
and the one like the main kid has like a shitty broken down
Yeah,
Metabot
but
that
then
ends
he
up
has
being like
the
serious
crazy chip
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, Metabots actually was fire,
Yeah,
dude.
more Metabots, more power.
Yeah.
You're a big anime guy, right?
Not crazy, but I like a serious anime fan would be like, you don't know anything, but I do. I dabble. I
Okay.
dabble. Yeah.
You ever been to anime convention?
No.
I was gonna say I just wanted you to parallel a porn convention to an anime convention.
Oh yeah.
I
what
think
the level
I think
of-
you'd be
Gotta be
awesome.
some
at
cross.
it.
There has to be crossover.
Gotta be a crosser. Wrestling certainly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
same
yeah.
guys that line up to get like Hulk Hogan's autograph would line up to meet Lisa Ann.
Oh,
Right?
for sure. Yeah.
That's gotta be the same.
Just met Lisa Ann actually.
She nice?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
super
ask
nice.
you
Yeah.
if you knew her or not,
I just met her for the first time.
because
Yeah.
you know I.
'Cause she's in like, dude, she's doing like what, sports radio or some kind of radio.
She's
thing?
doing stuff at Sirius
Yeah.
XM. Yeah. So
serious fantasy sports, fantasy football.
yeah.
Because I met her years ago.
Yeah.
I was helping out with the roast of Ron Jeremy in Toronto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when she got there, I was like, oh, she wants to get some food, and I was the only guy not doing something at that time. Like,
Mm.
take Lisa. So I ended up going and having an Italian dinner one-on-one with Lisa Ann. I was like just 25. She's
Yeah,
the
and I
most
actually-
Googled porn star of all time, right?
Yeah.
Female porn star of all time. So I thought it was super interesting. But then she was we talked sports. We talked, like, she was so cool.
Yeah.
She had just retired from porn.
Yeah.
And she was just starting the Sirius XM thing.
Yeah.
And then she ended up coming back to town like 5 or 6 months later, and she did our podcast. It was just me and fucking Tom O'Donnell
Yeah.
and Lisa Ann.
Yeah.
She was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Super
actually,
nice, affable, cool person.
Yeah,
I actually
dude.
saw her last night too.
Oh,
Yeah, but she didn't say anything back to me.
that's an example of what we were talking about, bombing a conversation. We were just rolling.
Well, fine. Fuck me, eh? Fuck me. Try to get a little get a little 2 cents in there. Couldn't get it.
I thought I meant the other version of that conversation because we were saying when you bomb and then somebody leaves, but there's nothing better than when you bomb and then you leave.
I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be a stinker, but guess what? You guys got a couple laughs out of me.
Dude, that was big gulps. That was big gulps. See you
Well,
later.
guess gotta get a big gulp.
See you later.
Yeah. Cool guys.
Anyways, how'd you meet her? What's going on?
I did. She has a show called, not anymore. It was actually the last episode was serious, but it was called Better Halves. It's her and Brett Baywold. Baywold.
I've seen clips, I think. Of
Yeah.
Beowulf?
Beowulf. Yes, Brett Beowulf. Yeah.
I'm Beowulf.
Dude, my favorite thing from Beowulf is when he's fighting that like weird creature, that thing that's like a mutant guy, and he's like fucking he has like weak ears and he's gonna rip Beowulf's arms off and he screams and he's like, eh, and I'm like, yo, yeah, he's got tactics, dude. Yeah.
Angelina Jolie was what, like a sexy little snake woman? When
Yeah,
that was,
and then
What is this Beowulf?
You never seen Beowulf?
Oh,
think
Beowulf?
so.
Oh, it's one of the oldest like tales in time.
Can't be. Can't be.
It is, bro. Beowulf.
Don't
It's
make me feel like
fucking.
a
It's
moron
up, buddy.
for that.
It's up there with the Iliads.
Is it
okay.
that old?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, but
All right, I'll check it out.
Beowulf, yeah, it's a story about a dude who like goes to different villages and kills monsters.
Okay.
And then they're like, we need you to kill this main monster. The king tried to kill it, and then he fucked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. I haven't seen this.
No, it's good. It's a good movie, and it's
And
like
then-
all CGI and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Beowulf
Sick.
goes to kill it, and then he fucks it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I love like
rules is rules.
Rules is
like
rules.
mythological things. Like I'm reading Homer's Odyssey, dude, and it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny when he gets shipwrecked, and then the nymph keeps him on, the, on
Yeah,
Calypso's
yeah.
island for fucking 7 years as a sex slave, and all he's doing is just crying, thinking about his wife and home, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Hey, let's fuck."
Yeah, he's just fucking her. And even when he leaves, she's like, stay. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I gotta go
Go
home.
home, and then she's like, "Okay, well, one more time." And
Yeah.
then she fucks him one last time and sends him on a raft.
Dude, I love that because he's like thinking about it. He's like, I love my wife so much. And he's just fucking
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Just a lovely nymph. She's like, "I'm half goddess from the gods."
Yeah.
Is that's like every fucking seedy businessman
Yeah.
in a shitty motel on the road away from his
Yeah.
family for much. I love my
love
wife.
my wife.
I love my wife.
I love this Wisconsin hooker even more right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, okay,
God.
sorry. I want to go back because we talked about Lisa Ann, and the reason I ask, you've done a lot of stuff with porn stars now. You're working
Yeah.
with PornHub?
I
Or
did.
you're putting content out
I
on-
put content out on PornHub. I might keep doing it. I'm unsure. It's like I had
Ooh,
this
something
idea.
go sideways?
Oh, we got a little
the
meat.
stress. Ooh, rice chest. Let's go.
the rice chest. Last time we were talking, you were very stoked on this.
Ooh, rice chest.
All right. Well, I just I put it out. It didn't go crazy gangbusters, and the idea was if it blew up, I would do a series.
Can you tell us what it was? Because
Yeah.
Talk about it
We
last
know what
time,
it-
but
yeah.
we
For
wanna-
sure. It's so I did a blind taste test challenge with piss and squirt. And I had a porn star come on, Joanna Angel, who's fucking huge. She's great. And she squirted. We catch the squirt in a funnel. I drink her squirt. I drink her piss. It's all filmed. It's edited beautifully. I'm really proud of it.
It was really.
It's
it looked really
it's
cool.
great.
I haven't watched the full thing, but I've
But it's-
seen what you had put out.
And it did well, but I don't think it did well enough for me to be like, okay, I want to do 7 of
This
these.
is my life now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where that was kind of the idea was
7,
to do.
let me drink your piss / cum videos. I mean, after 1, you're kind of like, this guy.
I get it.
No, I mean, after the 3rd one, you're like, he just wants to
Are
drink
you
Yes.
piss.
because last time when we talked to you last time, of course, never aired. Microphone
Yeah.
wasn't on. It hadn't come out yet, and you can only say so much. Can we ask more about the results? Of
Oh
it
yeah,
and what
yeah.
happened
So
now, or
there
you
is
want to
there is an absolute difference between squirt and piss.
Oh, tell me,
yeah.
tell me.
No, for sure. Look, you can smell the pissiness on the piss,
Right.
And the squirt I don't know. The squirt just more like it's almost like saline water or
Is there
something.
piss in the squirt?
There can be. There's a little bit of crossover, but the squirt comes from what they call the skein gland.
Skein
So-
gland.
Yeah, which is like the female prostate, and that produces like everything.
But let's not count out every now
I'm
and
just
then.
trying to squirt on you.
But let's not forget about the girl that there are still the girls that will just hang a piss and be like, I squirted.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there,
yeah.
there are outliers here.
There's for sure, and the thing is, you just got to trust.
But you
It's
got a
like-
real one from somebody who understands what
Who's-
she got to do to make.
She's a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. She squirts, she pisses, she does it all.
Yeah.
I
Um,
drank a person's piss once by accident.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was at Humber. Ryan Cowley. Do you remember Ryan Cowley?
No.
And okay, it was
Didn't think this was gonna be a dude.
No, because I'd always
back
like
on the sidewalk.
I'd always ask him for drinks of his like juice or water, or I
Yeah.
would always be like, "Oh, you're gonna have a sip of that and stuff." And he premeditated. He pissed in a pineapple Dole bottle, and then he brought it in to stand-up class. And I was like, "Oh fuck, Ryan, man, I'm so thirsty. Can I have a sip of your pineapple?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then as soon as I drank it, I gulped it, swilled it, and I looked down and go, "That wasn't pineapple, was it?" He goes, "No, it was my piss." And then I just looked at him and I go, "You know, man, I really like pranks right now, but I'm having the hardest time to control me smashing your fucking face in right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like take a step back here and then just chill." And then he was like so scared. And then
You know what's funny, dude? There is a guy where I grew up. A dude he's playing on this guy's hockey team, not my hockey team. It was a town over. We all went to the same high school though, and he had. And this dude that he did this to, the guy did it to, he was taking a risk by doing this. He pissed in the guy's water bottle.
Yeah.
And while they're playing hockey, so the guy's on the bench, fucking took a big hit.
Yeah.
Of this guy's piss.
And he's like, ugh.
And then the next
like,
day,
yeah, electrolytes, fuck yeah,
the
scores
next
3
day he
goals.
was waiting at the guy's bus stop. And he beat the shit out of him in
Yeah.
front of like 50 people.
Yeah.
He had to, and it was like, when it happened, it was so funny because you knew the guy was gonna beat the shit. He was
shit.
one of those guys. He would beat the shit out of you for something way less.
Yeah.
And he chugged this guy's piss. And he
Was
knew
he
not
did it
only
on
did he couldn't beat
Dare?
him up, but he had to do it publicly.
Yeah.
He had to
yeah.
beat him up at the bus stop with everybody on the bus and everybody waiting, and he did it, and he lit him the fuck up.
I didn't
Yeah.
beat him up. I just drank his piss.
No, of course.
No, but that like there, like you
Different
said,
strokes for different folks.
But I mean, it was like but we were all pranking each other the whole thing, and then it was like all that.
there's a line of pranks where it's like, drinking someone's piss isn't like you have to be pranking someone within a realm of like, oh, if this happened to you accidentally, oh, that's kind of embarrassing.
Sure, like someone takes the soles out of your
Now, this was
shoes, and then you wake up in the
premeditated.
middle of
It
the
was
night, and your buddy's
cold.
shooting a rope onto your forehead, and you're like, I got you back. It's like, different. It's so
What a prank.
different.
No, dude.
You came on me.
Exactly.
You can't even open up your eye to see him properly.
like-
You're like, you fucking prick, man.
Yeah.
The rope across both eyes, the RoboCop.
The RoboCop.
Yeah, you look like that dude from Snowblind. You're just fucking sitting there like this, your eyes all fucked up
Dude,
because
that's
there's
like,
cum on 'em.
like, oh, I leaked your nudes. What a prank. It's like, what the fuck
Yeah,
are you
yeah, no
talking
doubt.
about, dude?
It wasn't even my news. It was my girlfriend, dude.
Yeah, it's like,
A life ruining, dude.
yeah. I can't even, like, that's so fucked.
Surprise.
Like,
I
I
have
drank
AIDS.
piss willingly. The crazy thing is, you know, we make so much shit, you forget what you make.
Sure.
And then I would be like, I'm trying to respond to comments on a video or something, and someone would be like, oh, it's the piss drinker. And I would be like, what the fuck are they talking about? I'd be like, oh, I did drink piss.
As you're typing, I didn't drink any.
I was like, I want to like, oh no, this is actually
The
what
piss
he's a
drinker.
fan. Actually, this guy watches everything I make.
I love too that's where you were like, I didn't do the numbers I wanted. I'm not sure I'm married to the idea. Everyone's
Yeah.
just calling you piss drinker. I don't know. I had a pretty good thing going before. Everyone called me piss drinker.
Oh, that stuff I don't care.
No,
I
I
think
think it's
that's
awesome,
hilarious.
first of all.
but I would, I would have totally done more. But
It's not like you weren't drinking piss out of the thing. Like there was an element of science to it.
yeah,
Also an element of pornography.
Yeah.
And I thought I still think it's a great idea. But
Hypersexualized element to that. I'm sure a lot
Yeah.
of people jerked off to that video.
But I think what they push on Pornhub, what I've learned since is like if you want to get on the front page, there needs to be like some like step bro, step sis, blah blah blah. That stuff's getting pushed to the front
All
page.
you had to say was I tried my stepsister's
Stepsister's
piss.
piss, yeah.
It would've fucking through the roof.
yeah,
Next time.
Next time.
Now we
I could
know.
always retitle it. Yeah. Yeah.
Step bro and
Hey,
step
this
sis
is-
try science.
Yeah.
This is the guy who drank his sister's piss.
Yeah.
Step pister.
Finally.
Yeah. So I loved it, and I have ideas for more, but it's just like, what is it? What's
Now
it
you
worth?
gotta
Yeah.
now you're just reaching out to every porn star that you like just
Yeah.
to drink their piss. It's
Like-
like, well, we did this video with like 4 other ones, and then she's like, Jay, I mean, haven't you already learned? You're
Yeah.
like, but I haven't tried your piss.
We
Let's
gotta
try different
see
diets.
We're
Yeah.
trying to see who's lying now. Yeah.
Try
But
someone who's on a keto diet.
I think I'll try and pitch it to someone at like Brazzers or something like that and be like, what do you guys think of this as like
Yeah.
a proof of
Is
concept?
Brazzers the height still? Are they the
Brazzers.
the
In
titans
terms of like mainstream porn, yeah.
of
but
creating it?
yeah.
Whereas and Pornhub would be
The host.
Yeah, but Pornhub isn't really like Pornhub is a host site, but in a different way. Like some porn stars hate Pornhub because you're like, oh, you're putting my shit out there and I'm not really getting paid for it. That money doesn't always necessarily go right back to them, or what does go back to them isn't that profitable. So that's why Pornhub is more like I would say like an Instagram.
Wait, what was the
Where?
other? Vivid?
Vivid's a big one, yeah.
Okay.
Like these are all production companies.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so those are people you shoot porn with. They pay the scripts, all the people,
all that stuff.
that stuff. So those are productions. Pornhub, like I said, is more like an Instagram where you put your content there and you're trying to drive traffic to like your OnlyFans or something. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, where you make your real money.
Interesting. So you're saying you would pitch to browsers directly, work with them to make something.
Yeah.
And that means you would get like a contract where they just pay you out. Here's like $200K.
Yeah.
To make that, whatever it would be.
And let's shoot, like I would do, like the whole thing was sex myths with Durena. So different myths.
That's cool.
What hurts more, getting kicked in the balls or giving birth? How far can you shoot a ping pong ball out of your pussy? Like I could do like a whole bunch of them.
Would you get like a porn star to have like a little thing of cum, and then you'd be like, here's pineapple cum?
That was
and
one
then
we
normal cum?
we thought about was like having two different kinds of cum, and like you have someone who ate a bunch of pineapple, and like the whole point of like having the comedy in it is that like that pornographic moment. So you have a chick who's like sucking off a dude, and like a dude who doesn't have the pineapple cum, another dude who does have the pineapple cum, while like a scientist is breaking down how it would be different.
Right,
Like that contrast, I still think is fucking hilarious.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
You just have like the camera like, or the scientist like wheel out like a Mythbusters
Exactly,
thing.
yeah.
It's interesting though, too, because
No?
what percentage of people are going there for the comedy portion of it? What percentage of the people are going there for something else?
Well, I don't think it's really jerk off material. Like
No, I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
some people can.
I don't think you're creating jerk off material.
Yeah.
But anything can become jerk off material.
and this
right?
is
And in that
bordering it.
world,
Yeah.
it will.
Yeah. But I think
The comedy element's the forward-facing thing here, right?
Oh,
Because I remember even in sex education when they were showing some things, I'd be like getting aroused, looking at chicks in the room, being like, "Who's taking notes?" You know, like looking around and shit. Dude, that's how I knew
Pretty
who
sure
like
you've
the
had a
whores were
close
going in
Homer's
sex ed.
Odyssey a few times.
Mr. Bard's just up there giving his speech. Some girls are like writing all this, other ones are staring. You lock eyes. And you're like, "You trying to fuck or
You
what?"
trying to
So remember
fuck?
in South Park, Mr. Garrison was before he like transitioned, and he comes there to the class, and he takes a banana, puts a condom in his mouth.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I can show you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking so funny.
I remember how rudimentary, like when they first introduced sex ed into school was, and it was so like the teachers were so uncomfortable and
Yeah.
nervous. We were all just giddy.
Yeah.
Nobody
Oh,
learned
we
a
loved
fucking
it.
thing. Like you just
Yeah.
kind of like went through. We were just there to laugh.
Dude, yeah.
Right?
Oh, it was
You
so
weren't
funny.
learning, and you were a bit too young. It was
Yeah.
like grade 5 or 6 or something. How old were we when they started teaching it?
I
Pretty young.
remember-
They do it in probably grade 7.
Maybe
I
grade
think.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I think it was grade 7 or 8
You
when we were
find out
doing
who's
it.
all foreskin and who's all like or circumcised and who has foreskin.
Didn't find that out.
Like,
We didn't get
yeah.
that. Dude,
No,
didn't
you
get-
guys didn't?
All
No.
right,
Your
Your
line it
teacher
up.
didn't ask you who was circumcised and who wasn't. Then they all put their hand and you sucked your dick behind the shed. You guys didn't have that? A little fucking tongue in the weight room, huh?
No,
Oh, I thought you had to go over to Martinello's house for a sleepover.
Hey, no. You learn
Not
a
that
lot.
I would know. Nobody can know that.
Yeah, my dad and Mr. Barter buddies. And they're like, all right, buddy, come on. You're about to learn how the Martinellos operate. My mom's coming downstairs. Anyone want any cannoli?
But like, what'd you learn? Okay, if you could think of one thing from sex ed what was like a thing that you would have learned.
Condoms, pregnancy.
Condoms, of course. That was like a
Sexually
big one.
transmitted diseases.
Yeah.
I guess the anatomy a little bit.
Yeah,
They would
the
show you
anatomy.
like the very basics of the vagina, although
Yeah.
you were still on your own finding
Yeah,
the
and then
clit when that time
they
came.
taught you the menstrual cycle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like erections, I guess.
Erections,
Yeah.
consent.
Yeah.
The
I don't
difference-
think I don't think we
think
ever did
consent?
consent. We never learned
You guys
consent.
did?
I don't
No,
think
I'm
so.
pretty positive that's new age.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
learned consent.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Bard would go, "Is it okay?"
Is it
And
okay
then
if
you go,
I suck your
"Uh-huh."
dick?
Yeah.
You're cool with this? Hey, do you consent to not telling anybody about this?
What are we even doing?
There we go.
No, yeah, they would teach you about consent. They would teach you about they would teach you
That
about
is
the
good.
genders. The true two genders.
The true
And then
two.
they would-
The big two?
yeah, the big two, the
big
only
two.
two.
There's the big two, really.
The original? It's like the original six
Yeah, they
hockey
teach you about
teams.
the OGs,
Yeah.
male, female. They would teach you about the reproductive organs. They would teach you about sexually transmitted diseases.
Yeah.
They teach you about the menstrual cycle, how to put a condom on.
Yeah.
The difference between circumcised and uncircumcised, because the kids would be like all things.
Yeah.
The difference between what happened and what you're going to tell your parents.
Yeah.
We didn't do
They
the
tell you the
circ-
difference between the rabbi and just the guy next door.
Yeah.
The block parents.
Yeah, the block parents. So we call them cock parents.
Yeah, there it
And then
Did you teach about abstinence?
Yes.
We got
yes.
the abstinence.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I remember. They were like, the only true way to never get a sexually transmitted disease is abstinence. And I'm like, what the, like, when you're older, you're like, don't even say that.
It was the same thing that they said.
Yeah.
They're like, the only way to avoid a hangover is to not drink.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
Okay,
shut up.
Help me out.
Yeah.
I want to fuck,
Were they-
and I want to fuck drunk.
Yeah.
How do I do that without all of the shit the next day?
Yeah, and then they would
Right?
teach you about abstinence, and then you learn about absinthe, and then you just be getting drunk. That's the only thing that you know. You're like, the fairy. You know, and they teach you. Getting all fucked up
I
on that.
remember we had like not a suggestion box, but like a question box where you could like throw your questions
Oh,
into
yeah,
the class.
anonymous one. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had that
had
too.
that as well.
Yeah.
that was
And
the
it was
best
just guys-
part.
and the teacher would open up and go,
Throw it away,
like,
right?
not reading that one.
Our teacher was like pretty.
Yeah.
Our
Tell me
teacher
about
was pretty
boobies.
sick, and she was like very earnest, and so she read like a lot of them.
How
like,
old?
Older, probably like in her 50s. So she
Wholesome woman?
wholesome woman,
Yeah.
and so she would like read them like, "Can you get sick from drinking cum? No, you can't." Like,
Yeah.
Well, I've not.
Well, I love
Is it
I,
over her back?
I loved
Nah.
it too because you'd have this, you'd watch Sue Johansson and this whatever it was, or
Yeah.
Sex Toys and Chocolate,
Sue.
and then you would
Yes.
bring a question that you learned in Sue Johansson into the teacher, and then he'd
Yes.
have to be like, "Oh yeah,
Sue was
Yeah.
awesome because
some good questions."
The
Yeah.
reason why I liked Sue is because you truly did believe that she has tried it all.
Yeah, of course.
There was nothing Sue hadn't fucking done.
Yeah,
You know what I
dude,
mean?
yeah,
And she
yeah.
did it for the sake of science.
She did.
did.
And I feel like back then that was some of the best sex education people
That's right.
ever got.
She didn't
100%
want to
was.
get spit roasted
Yeah.
necessarily, but how's she going to talk about what it's like to be filled on both ends?
Yeah.
Had she not been filled on both ends?
And it was a time before like the algorithm and having to be salacious where people will kind of like warp the truth to get more views. Back then, Sue was just sitting back being
Straight
like,
shooter.
yeah, you know what? You can take it in the ass if you do this, or you can drink this much cum and
Yeah.
not get sick or
When
whatever.
you say algorithm, think of the how big of a star she would be right now.
Oh,
like
Sue?
a TikTok star.
Dude,
those
Sue-
clips, those 1 minute clips of that age of a woman.
Old
saying
lady
that
just
shit.
breaking down
Oh,
sex.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think we'd be one of the biggest fucking social media stars in the world.
And they had like actual cool
I think-
science where they were like they would put two people in an MRI and then they would have sex in the MRI and then
Really?
yeah on some I don't know if it was her show or
Wait,
if it was
5 years? They
or
did
if
get
it was
cancer.
like because there was sex toys and chocolate and then there was sex life or whatever Sue Johansson or
Yeah.
something. But I remember they would have it and then they put two people in an MRI and then they would show the energy exchange or they would show like they put a little camera in like.
Just a slow motion.
Oh yeah,
cum
dude!
shot.
And then, yeah,
Fucking
man. And then they would
neon.
show
Camera in
they
the
would-
pussy?
Yeah, and they would show the insemination and like and how it would start and everything. And
Really?
like, oh yeah, I'm 7 years old, just jerking off to it. Or I wasn't 7; I was probably 11. But I was like, you know what I mean? And then you'd have the fucking the last channel,
You know
or
what's funny? You're
Yeah,
7 years
yeah.
old.
or you'd have it and you'd be watching it on like Showcase after dark or whatever
Yes.
or something. And then your parent would
Yes.
come down and then you have to
Yeah,
hit the
you have
last
to-
button.
yeah.
Boom.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's so funny when I got busted because my dad would be like, "What are you doing? Watch it down here. You got a boner," and you're all like nervous. She's like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just watching hockey."
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, can I see the remote?" It's
Show
a little
me,
too-
son.
It's a little too loud, and then he press it, and then he hits the last, and he goes right back to like
Yeah.
a sex education. He just stares at you. You're like, "Oh, Dad,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't watching that. That was just." And he's like,
Would you say that jerking off when you were like 10 years old was the original pee or cum?
What do you mean? Who?
What's this?
Pee or cum?
We're
What do you?
guessing what's coming out of you.
Oh,
what the
yeah.
fuck is happening at that point? That was
Okay.
really close to a bad sidewalk moment.
Yeah,
I
I was
wasn't
like,
I grabbed you guys, pulled you. No, listen.
"No, yeah, it was. That was just. It wasn't.
Listen.
It wasn't pure cum. It was pure glue." You're like, "Oh, is that
Yeah.
Elmer's glue
Right,
coming
no,
out of
but
my
just
dick?"
wondering, you're like, what?
Yeah.
I know what that is.
I had watched porn and seen jizzing before I jizzed, before I started jerking off. So I knew I was like, this is.
like seconds before you
yeah,
you
dude.
saw jizz.
I was like, I get the first
Hit
time.
him in the face before he.
Yeah. So I was ready. I was like,
You
I was
knew.
like, I
Yeah.
was like, shit comes out of there. That's what goes on. That's
Yeah,
the
okay.
jizz.
Did you ever, were you ever like, I always loved doing those little innuendos or like sick things where you had the glue and then it would like, you'd close it and then it would like peek, like come out and
yeah.
then you'd just stare at a girl or you'd do that. And then she'd be like, what the fuck? And you'd be like, yeah, dude. I loved
It's
you.
like a threat.
I love doing that
like-
shit, bro.
Just looking across the classroom, you're just squeezing an Elmer's.
Yeah, bro, yeah. And it came out and then that's how you knew who was down or not because they'd like smile
And then
back
Danny
at
looks at
you.
her, he goes that, and he goes,
Dude, I actually, yeah. Or I take the whole top off, and shoot the whole fucking
Yeah,
thing.
your own face.
He's just like, I like sexually harassing chicks in my class.
Danny
Remember
learned
that?
everything early.
Remember when
Dude,
you
I
learned
did, man.
consent and then you disrespected it?
Well, while he's doing that, you just hear the teacher in the back rambling on about consent.
Yeah, and he's
I'm consent. No, I don't know. I guess maybe I
sweet.
started at a young kid. I got into the mix at a young age.
Yeah. Well, you got the Berta boys, but it's that grass fed.
Yeah, well, but I hung around with like older kids that were hanging out with older kids, and then they just thought it was funny to teach their knowledge and their sick perversions onto me, and then I'd be like, "Oh, this is funny," because the older kids would laugh. And then I would tell the kids my age, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then they go tell their parents, and they're like, "That Martinello boy's a sicko," and I'm like,
Well, I never got the. I think
just running around like a perverted fucking what are those nymphs? Yeah, myself, just a fucking little gremlin on the fence line. Yeah, you guys know about condoms? And they're like, no, dude, we know about fucking monster trucks and Hot Wheels.
you go back underground.
Yeah, well, check this out. Here's a condom. Throw the Hot Wheels in it, and then you fucking tie it off and whipping it around and shit.
You put what's his name? Dave Dunn. Dave Dunn's ass. Who was the guy who stuck the car in his ass in
Ryan
Jackass?
Dunn.
Ryan
Dunn.
Dunn.
Ryan
Yeah,
Dunn.
yeah.
Now, what a classic.
And then he went to go get
gimmick.
an interview or X-ray, right?
Yeah, and then-
He found a little fucking toy car in his ass.
Oh,
Great
what the
fucking prank.
fuck?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And I love how the guy who X-rays it, he's like, I don't know what you did last night. If you have some homosexual friends, he's just like,
right.
Yeah, because he was talking like he was blacked out.
Yeah, and
Played
he's
it like
like-
he got fucked up.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know what happened, and he's like, he's basically like, if you're gay, like, don't put cars in your ass. Then he shits the car out later.
Yeah, fuck, that was good. That was like original Jackass.
Yeah.
Classic fucking Jackass.
That's the one where what did he do too? He put his dick in a sock, and it was like a mouse sock, and then he put his cock into it, and then he put it in the snake tank.
No, it was with the cat, I think. They put catnip on the sock, and then he puts it on his
The
dick, and the
newer
cat
one
like starts to
was where he did in the last
The
movie.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that thing was just getting fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, so much sodomy.
He has the most
so funny.
on-screen nude time, like Chris Pontius.
100%.
Yeah, he's
close.
he's like he
He
holds
always
the
wears
record.
those like the banana.
The only person
Yeah.
that has more is probably Dr. Manhattan and Watchmen.
Oh,
Having
yeah,
a dong
that's
just chilling
right.
the whole time.
There's a
Yeah.
lot more dong now in just movies and TV.
Yeah, they're getting chill with dong. We need gash. We need
Yeah.
gash,
I need
dude.
pussy back
It's
in
starting
there.
to front pussies coming in.
Yeah, where you
But-
just see the little bit of bloop,
Yeah.
little lip,
Slit,
dude.
yeah.
No, I want a fucking full. She puts her leg up, just gets one of
I
these.
think
yeah,
we're close.
You think we're close?
I think
Yeah.
we're close, and you're gonna hear da-dong.
It'd be so
Yeah.
funny. Right? Like,
gonna be on Netflix.
like a director does it, but then it's like she's such a beautiful actress, eh? And
Yeah.
then her pussy's just Harvey's meat, and he's like, we can't do that shot.
We
That's-
can't. We gotta. I love that to be a scandal. It's like they CGI'd the pussy.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. He's like, that's not even my real labias.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, you want the director's cut? And
Yeah,
then it's just
dude.
fucking just a meat cut.
Whoa, whoa.
Fucking everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah.
IDBM brings it down an extra 0.4. Just does that.
Oh, the director's on
Pussies.
cut.
Yeah, well, there ain't no labia minor in this bitch's pussy. It's all major. And he's smoking a cigar in a director's chair. I always thought she had a bit of a meat. Turns out she's right. Fuck.
Oh,
I
fuck.
gotta go tell Harvey about this.
Oh, Harvey, man.
Harvey.
We're gonna
Dude.
fucking. It's about time. We're gonna wrap it up.
Are we?
Oh, yeah?
We've been doing great. No,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not done because I wanted to ask you one more thing because you said we started this podcast off by talking about our booze days. You said you've been boozing a bit lately. Is that the stress?
Maybe it is a bit the stress because it calms you down having a couple for
Does
sure.
until
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah, but
The
I
next day it doesn't help.
Calms you down till it reds.
It heightens
yeah.
the anxiety.
yeah.
If you experience anxiety,
Yeah, not frequently. Well,
Okay.
for me, I'll be completely anxiety free. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then there'll be something that I'm like, I need to get over this or whatever this thing is. I need to get this thing done. And until I do, I have like the rice chest.
rice chest.
But no, it was a night out with the boys. I went back home to Vancouver and I was like, meet up with my boys. So let's grab a couple drinks, let's have some dinner. We'll keep it a chill night. Was not a chill night.
No, as soon as you say let's grab a couple drinks, have a dinner, keep it a chill night. As soon
Yeah.
as you say chill night, it's fucking liquor demon comes up and goes, yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Dude, I have so much.
I got a chill night for you. You kidding me, buddy? It starts with 6 Jager bombs and a whole bunch of fuck yes.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that book that I read about quitting smoking, he has one for quitting drinking. I haven't read the quitting drinking one, but I think it's the same thing about the little monster and the big monster inside you. And I've got that big monster. I can tell you so many times.
Yeah, I got a big
where I've
monster
been
and a
like-
larger monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
There ain't no
Beast.
little monster.
No, I've always called
Little
it. I
monsters
call
like
it
dank.
the Beast. The Beast, like you'll be like, I don't
is.
need video games. I don't need junk food. I don't need anything. I like, and then the Beast just starts fucking gnawing.
damn.
It gets hungry and it's like there's like running against the cage, trying to knock the door off.
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
You're like, I locked you up. Stay in there. And he's like,
Yeah,
he's like, yeah.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
All angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't control me. I
Yeah.
control you.
No, it's McConaughey banging on the bookshelf. Just
Don't do it.
Dude, I've had that thing too where I've so many times where I've gone out and I've been like, okay, I'm not gonna drink. I got shit going on tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah.
And I can always that one where I just go, I'll have a beer. And you can do like a smash cut in the movie. I go, I'll have a beer. 2 days later, I'm still up. I'm like, what happened?
Like a Requiem for a Dream smash.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Pupils.
Dude, we literally we got shit faced, and then we went back to my buddy's place, and he's like, "What?" We were like, "What you got?" He's like, "I got wine," and we're fucking pounding wine. And then my buddy has one of those boxes where you can watch anything. Like if it's in the theaters, he probably has like
Hell
a
yeah. Yeah, those are
DVD
sick. They
quality.
cost
Yeah, like a
13
raspberry
bucks
or some
month.
shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's like, "What should we watch?" And I was like, "I heard The Substance is good."
So good.
It's so good. Good
So
movie.
good.
So I didn't know anything about it. I knew it was like kind of a horror movie. They
There's
throw
you
it
know
on,
that. There's no you. There's no them. You are one.
and so it starts like slow, and I was like, "Oh, did I pick a fucking stinker?" And then Demi Moore's tits, and the boys are like, "Whoa!"
lot of
And then
nudity.
my buddy whips out a fucking DMT pen, and we start hitting the DMT pen. And like
I've
not
always
enough-
wanted to do that. How is it?
It's not we weren't hitting it hard enough where you're gone.
Yeah.
But like you would hit it and they get some like fractals, and
Like
you're
mushroomy almost.
it kind of very intense mushrooms, yeah.
Acid?
But it's gone quick. It's like if you hit it,
It was like salvia.
yeah. But like
Salvia scares
But
the
I
shit
wasn't
out of me,
hitting
dude.
it long enough to be like we're like like I would just see weird shit, and you're watching The Substance, which is a very trippy
And
fucking
then all of a
movie.
sudden the old tits are in your
Yeah,
face.
dude.
Like, oh.
Dude, it fucking
That's
ruled.
that's a great way to watch it. I watched it in theaters, which I told everybody, and it was near the end of. It was just about to come out of theaters,
Yeah.
or it is right now. And I was telling people like, you have to see it in theaters because it's so sonically a crazy movie.
Yeah.
Audio with the visual.
Yeah.
I loved that movie.
The way it's
It was
shot
great,
is crazy.
dude.
Like they make everything just like even the like hottest people in the movie like a little
Gross.
gross.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone was
everything.
eating all the shrimp and shit.
Yeah.
Man.
And like fucking spoilers for The Substance if you haven't seen it. At the end when there's like the fucking weird monster thing, and then it like births the tit out of the eye. I was like, whoever was in the room was like cooking. They were like, what if we make a tit?
That was a whole day. When we
Yeah.
were sitting there like, come on, where's the tit go?
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
one more tit. The studio said we get a tit.
And the
Yeah.
head is on the back of the head, right? And
Yeah.
then she's crawling. And
Yeah, dude. That,
Dude, and I really I love the ending of that movie. I love going
Yeah.
back to the star.
yeah.
Yeah, fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
No, you did not pick a stinker that night. That
No,
was the perfect
no.
movie to hit a fucking DMT. I want to do that.
Dude,
I want to
those-
hit
I wanna
DMT.
try that.
We should.
In a controlled environment.
Yeah.
you
100%.
got if you're gonna do it, it's like you gotta like don't do it just for like poops and giggles. You fucking do it to get like to do
Yeah,
the
of
breakthrough.
course.
Sure.
And the way you're supposed to do it is you hit it 3 times. You hit it as hard as you can, hold it in as long as you can, breathe out, and after the first breathe out, you're gonna be already tripping pretty hard. And then you do that 2 more times, and you should launch.
And you weren't doing
They
that.
say you
No.
always see
What were
something.
you doing?
we were just you take a little hit, and then let it go, and then you would just be like you would get like some of the fractals, and like I get
I
noise
think that's
too.
more what I would want to be doing though.
You
Oh,
can
man, the
this
first
point.
time you got to break
I
through
guess
the other
if my
side.
first
you
time
gotta
I
see the
would,
entity in the brain.
I just don't have. Yeah, I think I would like it when I'm doing it. I just
gotta see
w-
pineal
before I
gland
get
Pete.
fucked up. I don't have the desire to be fully tripping and hallucinating like I used to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think once I'm doing it, I would enjoy it. But sitting here sober, I'm like,
It is
I'm
frightening.
a little more
It's very
uneasy about it.
frightening.
You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? But then, like, I'll do that with mushrooms, where I'm like, I don't want to trip too hard on mushrooms.
Yeah.
But then I'll take like a half a gram. I'll take more, and then once I'm getting high, I'll just start. Because then I
Yeah.
love it. But I like to ease in now. I don't like to be surprised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I did a heavy thing of DMT once, but at the first hit I let it out too soon, and everyone was like, no, hold it in. And so the next 2 I held in, so I got very intense visuals, but I did not break through, and it was very frightening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, because it's like it's so intense.
What kind of visuals?
I was seeing like I closed my eyes and it was very bright colored. There was like orange, purple, and like yellow, like fractals of like
kaleidoscope-esque?
Yeah, kaleidoscope kind of stuff. Just like woo, that just kept coming out from like the center. And there was this lady that was like beckoning me.
Yeah,
like
they
this.
said that you always see a lady or
Yeah.
like a purple, like a purple.
She
person.
was going like this. And I was like gripping into my seat, and I was like,
no,
not a fucking chance, dude.
It's the
Yeah.
nymph in the Calypso Island.
Yeah, it's just like, come hang out for a
you.
bit. I was with, Cameron, right? Cameron Phoenix?
Yeah.
I was with Cameron that day, and he also smoked the DMT, and he went gone. And he
Grabbed
said,
her hand.
Yeah, he was like fucking, and he said he was like fully gone for a bit, and
It grabs her hand. It's like, we're about to pump it up. Want to pump it up. We're going
Dude,
to
that
beat it,
song
pump
was
it up.
in my head.
We're going to pump it up.
He said he was just in the
It's
lobby.
just Angelica for him.
Yeah.
He went to the lobby.
He said it was the lobby of some like interdimensional hotel, and there was no one there, and he just kept going, hello?
John Wick
Hello?
puts the coin down. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
They
yeah.
got to get out of here.
Big black guy, welcome to the Intercontinental.
Yeah.
And then he just came back. That's
Edgy.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
if you go, go.
Yeah.
How long is it?
It like realistically less than 5 minutes, but it
Okay.
can feel like a
I can
long.
handle
I like it. If I always thought it'd be
Transcending
funny.
time and space
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that point.
You hit the DMT pen and then you go through the other side, but then you're aware what happens. And then you go, I'm gay.
Yeah.
Right at the
You just
end.
come out, well, I'm gay. Are you sure? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you get up and leave. It's the longest gag ever.
That's what they say with ayahuasca. Sometimes people will do ayahuasca and then you get confronted with what your issue is. So it's
Right.
like, oh, you don't love your wife or you hate your job or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get out of the high and you go like, well, I can't leave my wife. I can't do this. I can't disrupt my life in that way. Even though if I do, my life will get better. I can't go through this hard thing.
Yeah.
And then you feel even shittier because now you know what the problem
yeah,
is and you're refusing to
Well,
face
at that
it.
point,
Right.
it's just like you don't, you know what I mean? You're just ignorant to what your own body is and your mind is in tune to say. And then it's like, if that's the case, then I almost think that person kind of is like, well, then fucking make your bed.
I felt that way on a level, even with just things like ecstasy and MDMA, where like
Yeah.
it's always that way. You have these very strong feelings and thoughts and everything, and then once you get sober, you're like, I don't really know. But then when I
Yeah.
really tap into it and think about it, I'm like, I think those might be more honest thoughts than what I'm thinking when I'm sober.
Sometimes, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
the
100%.
way I genuinely feel about my friends,
Yeah.
my relationships, my family,
And then when
about
you're-
where I'm at, and then when I
Yeah.
come out of it, I'm like, I'm a little standoffish, but I'm like, no, I do think I have that deep love there. I
Yeah.
just can't tap into it.
Well,
And
it's
you're-
like that
and you have
thing
your
where they
ins-
say drunk minds speak sober thoughts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When your insecurities pop up and you're like, oh, now I need to get guarded again. I need to protect myself.
Yeah.
It's like I can't just let this unconditional feeling just roll out of
It's
me. That's
scarier.
Too, yeah, that's
Yeah.
too
Scarier because
yeah.
I think you let it all.
It's too vulnerable.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I was looking for. Absolutely.
Well, I guess on that case, should we set our intentions?
That's our intentions. Danny, why don't you take it away?
My intentions going forward into the next week are probably to enjoy my time in Austin, see what unfolds from that, and then go back to Canada, enjoy these three corporates, and then just mostly stay positive and kind of forward thinking and more courteous. I find myself sometimes thinking more so within and then not enjoying the outside of other people's vibes and energies. So I think I want to stay present on the external parts of myself instead of just being within.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to get my hand on one of these pens, and I'm gonna wait for Danny to leave town. I'm gonna lock all the doors here. I'm gonna take all my clothes off, and I'm gonna follow that lady into the abyss.
I can just come back and see the whole bunch of shit just everywhere.
Blood and shit. I wrote help on the wall with my own feces. Get me out of here!
But then I open a chair, you're there, and you're just putting on a suit and tie.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm a suit comic now.
Try my thing at late night.
Off to bomb.
Yeah.
No, okay. I want to. I think I said it last time. What you kind of touched on. I want to be more present. That's what I want to be. I want to be
Yeah.
present. I want to enjoy this time of my life. I'm doing this whole fucking thing where I keep trying to remind myself of that thing of like, okay, it's a lottery even being alive.
Yeah.
It's like everything. Just the fact that I'm here is crazy, and every moment that I spend in a fucking shitty place or worrying about shit I don't want to worry about, money, stuff like that. I'm like, I
Yeah.
truly am. It's just this life is passing me by, and I
Yeah.
need to just focus on the fact I'm here. I have opportunities. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Embrace it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And going into that, I want to keep trying to be healthier. I do want to fucking watch that number go up while Danny's away of not drinking. Keep hitting the gym every day, reading my fucking book, which is kind of interesting right now. And keep the diet clean, hitting all my shows, and just rocking the next month or so before I go home for the holidays.
Yeah, right on. That's good shit, dude.
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay, this upcoming week, I want to start doing MMA again, or Muay Thai. I want to do Muay Thai. I've never done jiu-jitsu. I would like to start jiu-jitsu, so I found a new gym. I just called them today, actually.
You used to alcohol a couple times with you.
Yeah, it's kind of for you, it'd be a little bit of a trek. It's called 5 Points. That's the one I looked at, but maybe if there's something in between us.
Where is it? How far?
It's like
From your place?
From my place, it's like a 30-minute walk. It's like a canal street.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
easy.
right.
I'll just take the J right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, you could just
get
fucking
right
run.
off at Canal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to start going back to that because I was doing Muay Thai for a bit, but then they changed their schedule and they didn't have that midday class anymore.
Okay.
And so this place has tons of midday classes, and I'm like, that's kind of fucking perfect. So I want to go start doing that again. I got to like deal with these few stressors that are in front of me and get those out of the way so I can just be like more chill. And then I'm working on a couple new bits. It's going to be a couple weeks of bombing coming up.
It's okay.
Because I'm just coming out of that arc of like, I have like 2 or 3 that were cooking and now they've cooked.
Now you're going in your winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, now I got it. Now, if I keep doing it, I'm guilty. So now I need to do the ass stuff. Starting Monday, I got to do like all new shit stuff that like, what do you guys think of this?
It's also good to be doing that before, before you do your special.
Yeah.
Well, that's a palate kind of cleanser too, because people beat shit to death. Like I always said, before you do a TV taping or something, like the last set you do before it, do something completely different.
Yeah. Well,
Remove yourself from it.
what I'm doing is I just had the weekend in Spokane, ran the hour there, and it got better just then.
Sick.
Like I put in like 3 new tags and I was like, ooh. And then I have another weekend in Louisville coming up and I'm gonna do the same thing. And then it's Toronto. So I have 4 more shows, 4 more hours to do.
You already feel good.
And I already feel like it's ready.
That's one stress you can fucking just,
Yeah.
it's gonna go well. Believe that it will go well. Smash it, and then fucking everything
That's
will
it.
be great.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, God bless you, Che.
Yeah,
Well,
God
thank
bless
you.
you, Che. Thanks for coming by, my man. Really appreciate you for coming by a second time.
Yeah.
God bless, Che. God bless
Bless us.
Danny. And
God bless you.
America. God bless you.
You.
And God bless America. Ta-ta.
See you later, Gators.